What's up, everybody? It's your boy Walu Majirio, here to prove the only thing dumber than that name mashup is what you put in your commander deck. First up, this week, Shiruno on my storm till That's it, the deck doesn't really work. After that, we've got a Rafine deck that is no fooling, kind of sweet. And last but not least, we got a Sephiroth deck that power crept itself. What a shame. Thank you all for your time. For everybody who subscribes to this video, I will allow Mango to improve the power of her Pokemon VGC team by 1 Poke Point or whatever they use. Mango! You put Typhlosion back in the starting lineup right now. Create and copy big sea creatures via reanimation and mill. Cthulhu's family. As always, we're going straight into the playtester. I don't give a f what you say is in this deck. All right, we have reanimation. We have 0 lands, a board wipe, and the clean worst merfolk I have ever seen. So that's going to be a cool mulligan. Well, no, the land's not going to be on top. We have 1 land. I have a looter, the clean worst merfolk I have ever seen. Great. We're going to mulligan that too, though. At long last, I have found 2 lands. We're 3 mulligans deep. I think we've yet to really play Magic yet, but I can corpse churn, I guess. I mean, it'll probably put something big in my graveyard. We're going to stick with this. Okay, victimize. I like that. What in the f is this? Colorless mana. What? Why are we paying 2 for Evolving Wild? What the f? Look, I have all of my cards via bulk or trades only. Why? Bringing me the Fred Flintstone card. No, dude, you don't get it. I had to build it from I found at the quarry. No, you didn't. They sell actual tires because it's fun mode. Is this your idea of fun? Boy, howdy. You know how I have fun? When I find in my bulk a way to concede the game turn 3. Okay, so on turn 2, we're going to corpse churn. Dog. What the f? This is so hopeful. What in the absolute hell? All right, so we don't hit anything good. Bake into a pie stays. It's my pet card. Okay, then gun to your head. Which of the 4 mana terrible removal options do you want to keep? Gun to your head right now. Do you want to keep the Snussy or do you want to bake people into a pie with this abomination you have put together? Pie, great. Exiled. I can't play Runo yet. Can I do anything? Not really. Turn 4, hell yeah, impossibly expensive card that I have no fucking chance of casting. Runo is still worthless because he has to enter to do anything. We have no creatures in grave for victimize to target. Yeah! I suspend the deep sea kraken for 3 mana. Watch out, baby. I think this is actually more keepable than it might look because we can draw 2, discard 2. So we can get this guy into the graveyard. He has to be 6 or greater, and we put a 5 mana mill other people card in here, presumably because we found it in a trash can where it belonged. So I'm going to Mutavault Bridge because that has to enter tapped. I will swamp. That's fine, bro. Turn 3, I'm going to find the Villain's Lair. Okay, we have an expensive card. We'll go with the Kraken. So Kraken goes in the graveyard turn 3. Now we're cooking. I'm gonna drop this. All right, we have a million problems here. Let's get into them one by one. So interaction, horrifying. We have a lot of reanimate. There's some untagged lands. We got some expensive creatures. We got no reason mana rocks. Fuck yeah. We have snow that we found. Murph. Oh! I found the deck in a bulk bin, they say. I said pulled or traded for. Why did you trade for this? Why do you want bad things? Why do you want shitty cards? Okay, this is my problem with you. I traded for all the cards in my deck, motherfuckers, because it doesn't actually put a handbrake on what's in the deck. It doesn't make the deck cohesive. Like you don't actually want to play decks where you traded for everything. What you want is an excuse to tell the story about the time you tricked a motherfucker into giving you a Vamp Tutor, and that is a good story, okay? The day you convinced somebody that Snowlands were worth $50 a piece and they should give you Vamp Tutor for 3 of them is a good story. Bring it in a binder and talk about it during Rule 0. Our only 2 instances can't be Vamp Tutor and the most dog shit draw I have seen in my life. Yeah, cards with stories play better than cards bought online. I'll die on that hill. Go rewind the stream and watch the 10 minutes of playtesting we just did. Then come back and you are free to die on that hill. I like all of this. This is very like what Runo Stromkirk has to do. I'm so deeply confused by the merfolk. It's magic, it's not that deep, I shouldn't make it so serious, I'm going to anyway. Here is my problem with boiling your deck down to fantasy racism, all right? Because when you do it like that, when you make it just speciesism, you set your deck up like a family reunion, and then inevitably you have to invite the fifth removed cousins that nobody likes. It is a funny sentence, and then these useless fucking merfolk show up and they eat all the food and they refuse to help clean up and they refuse to put chairs away and they're just in the corner. They're just in the corner. They don't progress the deck mechanically at all. When you play them, it's not funny. You just get the table to go, oh yeah, I guess that does have tentacles too. Cool. Blood Moon's crazy though. This one's good. You should keep this one. Like, this one can be part of the theme and he actually helps what you're doing. Hexcatcher is dog shit. Thassa's Oracle is dog shit. Sea Hunter is dog shit. Master of Waves, dog shit. Harbinger of the Seas, dog shit, but will make everybody angry, which appears to be the main output of this deck. I would like to stay on the theme as much as possible. We don't have one. We have an idea that you gassed out on halfway through and started grabbing anybody with blue skin, which is kind of fucked up. James Cameron will sue you. The theme is bad cards that I spend $60 to tutor for. Animate Dead, like, these all feel like a reach when we're also trying to justify merfolk at the same time. Like, I think we have to pick a coherent vibe when we do stuff like that. And I think the everything is a sea creature is one vibe, and everything is like Lovecraftian horror is a different vibe. And so I would believe in the Lovecraftian horror energy, or I would believe in the merfolk energy, but because they don't help each other, what's going on is we have like 20 cards in your deck that don't mechanically work together, and they don't aesthetically work together either. If you do want the deck to be good, you could probably trade Vampiric Tutor for literally every card you needed for the deck to be good. But this shit is rank, brother. The deck is purely using merfolk as cheap creatures. Have you heard of cheap creatures that do relevant game actions? Shout out my boy Carl Urban, but this is you. This is you with a collection of like 5 koi fish. Sea creatures is the only theme I care about here. Okay, so if sea creatures are the only theme we care about, why do we play Summon Undead? That is not me trying to rake you over the coals. That is me attempting to interrogate your creative process such that you will reflect on it. If the goal of the deck is to be a sea creature deck, why do we have a lamp with a man inside it? Right? Why do we have a bone monster? These are the types of questions I ask myself when I am building a deck that is for a gimmick. Because we can build a deck that is all about, like, if you want the entire deck to be you doing the Discord soundboard thing of fish every time you play something, hell yes, that can happen. This looks very Lovecraftian, and the mechanical output of this is fish. Like, if the mechanical output of what you have done is you get to go fish, I think it's pretty solid. If the mechanical output does not let you go fish onto the battlefield, I would not be running it, and I would replace it with something that is aquatic and helps you set up for your commander, or it would be another thing that puts it straight onto the battlefield. And then I think you can get this deck to like work good style, and you get to make all the jokes you want. I'm putting you on the real Megumi Fushiguro shit, because I actually do think you have potential. I think you have very real potential here. Dude, you have to try this new card game I'm getting into. Yeah, sure. Is it cheap? Yeah, you probably don't need any of the fun cards. Okay, is it easy to learn? Not even a little bit. How long does a game take? You are really going to want to be more invested in the game before I tell you that. Right. Learning a new game should feel like a fun diversion, not like homework. And that is why Mothership Games has created Cataclysm Arcade, a new trading card game set in post-apocalyptic New York City in which every single booster pack represents a playable deck. Every pack has a boss. This is the character that represents you in the game, and the tools to help your boss knock out the others. This can be 1 opposing player, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many you want. The rules scale to a group of any size with no adaptations needed. It is fun, it is fast-paced, and it is simple enough to learn that I made my girlfriend play a game with me before I filmed this so that I could say it was fun with a straight face. And they went from having no idea what I was doing in their office to beating me in our first game of Cataclysm Arcade in under 15 minutes. So actually, now that I think about it, this game, each pack also comes with a QR code and link to the quick start rules. So you don't even have to remember the like 5 rules the game has to get your friends to try it out. Their Kickstarter is launching on June 2nd, but today I'm promoting the Early Bird VIP package. You can buy this at the link in the description for $5 to guarantee yourself a pack that will be mailed out in June so you can try the game for yourself, and then a whole bunch of perks down the line if you decide you want to be a part of it. So thank you to Mothership Games for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out Cataclysm Arcade today. Rafine gives creatine. So we have Esper. Holy shit. Nope, we gotta go to the playtest. Nope, I'm not letting my brain be poisoned. Okay, that guy sucks. That guy's good. That guy's good. And we have interaction. I believe in you. We don't have a blue source though. Elegman, you tell the class, is this shit on top? This is a really good hand if we have a blue source. Did you get the mana base right? We got that shit on top, brother? Probably not TVH. That's too bad. Oh, it was not on top at all. Now we have 1,000,000 lands. So I'll play this tapped because I don't have anything to play turn 1. I'll get a guy. I will get the main guy, and I'll swing this. They'll connive once. I want creature cards in my graveyard. I want creature cards in my graveyard, but I have too many lands, I think. I'm going to discard a land. This relies heavy on curving out, but we're going to curve out. You're a fool. Watch me curve. Watch me nay-nay. I played 2 more things. I swing 2, and I now discard 2. Oh, God. I think I discard 1 land, 1 guy. He's Myriad, though, so it fucking sucks to discard him. But we'll get 1. So we play this. We curve out even harder, and now we can swing 4. So this should be a big turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Discard, discard. Gonna have to drop at least 1 land, but I get 3 triggers this time. And then I get to proliferate. So I proliferate, proliferate. These guys don't have counters yet. Okay, but I'm seeing the vision. We have how many creatures in our graveyard? 2, 3. Okay, the vision's a little bit nearsighted. We might be a little bit cross-eyed, but I'm seeing something. Because we swing with 6. We make 3 more. So we're gonna connive for 9. Who's gonna connive? Probably an unblockable guy. And then, okay, I think Teferi's Ageless Insight has to stay. 2, 3, 4, 9. And then I'll draw a card from this guy when he hits. And then I'm gonna deck myself, I think. And so we got to put 9 on it, guys. So we did 10 damage, and I would have proliferated. So these guys all get counters too. I see your vision. I see your vision, and I respect it. What I dislike is that any board wipe does cause us to run screaming from the table. And we also have to leave ourselves really open. It kind of seems like we got the Christmas land, kind of. I think Grateful Apparition probably does a lot of work in this deck when you put the counters on different targets. And Avenger of the Fallen does a crazy amount of work in this deck. And so we have to swing out with everything all of the time. And there's every possibility. And we have like a shitload of unblockable creatures, which is dope. But the green player could very easily turn to us and be like, okay, you're being really annoying. So I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you with 25 Galta damage. And it seems like the wheels stop spinning really quickly if we ever have to make anyone block. So 30 pieces of Draft Chaff, 6 pieces of protection, 10 tokens, 1 way to recover from the board wipe. Good. Okay, a little bit more protection. Holy fuck. Oh, what a little freak, bro. What a little freak. My favorite interaction. Yeah, me win tokens. Creatures you control get +X, where X is the number of cards you've drawn this turn. Best card in the deck. Stone Cold, best card in the deck. Ominous Seas. This is fine. Nefarious Card Touchery. Okay, I see it. Well, you know, yeah, card neutral, sure. Ooh, I love this. What I think we're missing is we have all this great Draft Chaff. I cannot applaud your Draft Chaff game enough. I think we're missing ways for them to matter if we get anything but the Christmas land. Can you tell me about if one thing could go right for this deck, what would it be? Like, are you okay with losing 90% of your games if you make somebody use targeted removal on Fairy Dream Thief? Because then the deck's perfect. That's what the deck does right now. Because if this is your favorite interaction, like, this kills a motherfucker. My dream TBH is using Knowledge as Power. Okay, then can I sell you on tutors? Because I think this could be bracket 3 appropriate, and you do have a hefty amount of deck access. I would say, honestly, this goal is sick. I like this. This is a very cool deck, very cool idea. The only thing holding us back is that our draw power is reliant on setting up the Unstoppable Legion of Dogshit. If we just have a couple functional copies of Knowledge as Power, job fucking done. We can quibble about like 1-for-1 ads or 1-for-1 swaps here later. I think it's better that these cards suck. I'm gonna keep it totally real with you. Especially if you're going to, we're doing Moneyball Craterhoof, which is so fucking sick. We're like, all right, we don't have green, we can't overrun, but we can recreate overrun in the aggregate. Because what does Fairy Dream Thief do? He gets on base, and then Knowledge of Power turns him into a 20/20. So I don't think we want to like, oh, we have to make all of these 1 and 2 drops really, really good. The 1 and 2 drops being really shitty is part of the charm. This is why my deck philosophy is always pick the one thing you want to do, then do it 30 times. This is where we get 2 synergy pilled, and we try to do, like, we try to put 8 different cool things in the deck, and we make the one really cool thing we want to do less reliable. Elikman has stated, the dream, knowledge is power, and I fucking kill you with with Murders at Karlov Manor. And so let's make that better and spam that more, and then we can think about other bells and whistles. Because I also agree that's fucking dope. Like, if the thing he wanted to do sucked, we could talk about what other stuff could we do, but this is a dope thing, so let's do the dope thing more and not worry about, oh my god, but how can we make it even cooler? We don't have to, it's already cool. Sevinne's Reclamation, because we were having to discard so many guys who were like pretty useful, and we can discard, okay, so do we have a Sevinne's Reclamation story? Did something happen? What happened what happened? What did Sevinne reclaim from you, bro? I was going to put Sevinne's in this deck, but since I submitted it for the Stompy competition, I left it out because it can recur lands. I respect the game. Put that shit back in. So Elenda the Duskrose and Elenda and Azor I worry about. I agree with what Elikman said. If we do not have 1 and 2 mana dog shit in our opening hand, we are so fucked. We can't even put in very many 3 or 4 mana things. We have to have a ton of just like, I am 1 or 2 mana and I can swing without dying. I was going to recommend this card because one of the thing that genuinely worries me the most is, okay, we swing out, everybody beats me to death. What do we do about that? So if we're just in the Mind Palace, I would say Treasure Cruise becomes Starwinder. Recon Mission become the Cat. Ledger Shredder could become Varigoth. It's a very good card mechanically for the deck. Elikman, if it fits the vibe you want, great. It's a different energy than, haha, look at this little rat. He's gonna kill you. Look at this little dumbass. Look at this little asshole. You're dead. Yeah, I love this. This is super cool. I'm excited to see. Let me know how it works. This may be one that I wish to steal for my own collection. Sephris Cycle Reanimator. This is my pet deck I put the most money and effort to. Originally, it was Heavy Venture, so now I'm taking advantage of cycling creatures to trigger Sephris every turn, then bringing back a big dumb guy to kill everyone. Oh boy. And then we've got a little bit of dog shit. Perfect mix. Psych Rift Tef Pro can't make it out of a fucking pre-release. Beautiful. It has a kind of primer. This is not a primer. What? This is a shopping list. But you cut Astral Drip. Oh, we're going straight to the playtest. I shouldn't even be looking at this. So I have Gifts Ungiven, Reanimate, Dimir Signet. This looks like a good hand, right? This is the perfect hand to demonstrate what I don't like about this deck. Oh no, I missed my land drop. Sorry, guys. Anyway, Toxtro. Do you like my Sephris deck? I don't think you're appreciating my Dungeons deck enough. Put a -1/-1 counter on your mana dork, Ethan. I don't think you're appreciating the glory of my Bald Queen, Declan. Oh, you didn't mulligan for turn 1 removal? What a shame. That's what I don't love. It's a dope move for a Reanimator deck. Many of the tools we have put in here outshine Sephris. Now that's a personal decision because some people are okay with their 99 outshining their commander. But even if you don't do the risky business of I'm going to miss my land drop turn 1, we still do Dimir Signet. Turn 3, we go Gifts Ungiven. Holy fuck, brother. And we get like this guy, hell yeah, this guy, and this girl, right? We get these 4. And we don't give a fuck what goes where. Something goes to hand, something goes to graveyard. And then we reanimate it. And it's again the situation of like, did Sephris matter? Not really. The Sephris cycling plan is a very bracket 2 plan. And then a lot of your support is bracket 3 support, which doesn't mean the deck doesn't work. It makes the deck work very well, as we just saw in the playtest, but it creates a deck where your commander doesn't get to look cool, because the cool thing is, hey, I reanimate Bahamut and I get 2 of them. Sephris is unrelated to that incident. Like, we've power creeped our own commander. I spent a lot of time on this deck, LOL. I can tell that. Hey, don't worry. If there was any quality of this deck I was questioning, it was not the time you've spent on it. Mango, edit my face onto Bahamut. Because if we want to cycle every turn, we're going to be most limited by the amount of mana we have. Yeah, and we have a ton of rocks, presumably to try to provide this mana. You can do Bender's Water Skin, and you can do Victory Chimes. I think both of these are like one-stop shop. We get to cycle twice as much as we already cycle. Street Wraith is dope. And then I think the other problem we're going to have is how do we get the big reanimator targets into the graveyard when we're doing the cycling plan? Because right now we're going to complete a dungeon and reanimate something, but the only thing in our graveyard is going to be fucking Curator of Mysteries. So I think that means we have to get the guy that gives everything cycling. This is a little bit expensive, but it at least lets us cycle Valgavoth. How do we feel about looting? Because looting is another very, very good way to get this shit going that we're currently not engaging in. So how do we cycle on everybody's turn? The evil and fucked up way that would make everybody mad at us is to unwinding clock for cycling mana. I'm not sure if that's peak rage bait or absolutely disgusting and you shouldn't do it. I don't think we can abuse this, which I think makes it funny. We can't combo, but we can go on your untap step. I will untap Talisman of Progress and Talisman of Hierarchy and cycle 2 cards. Or I'd cycle 1 because I'd wait. Unstoppable Plan does it, but Unstoppable Plan only does it once. We want to do it on everybody's turn. And like, we're running Cyclonic Rift. We don't have to pretend we're playing Fair Magic. We're running Cyclonic Rift in Tef Pro to protect us while we try to get fucking Toxrill the Corrosive cheated onto the board. Who cares? Like, my only problem with Unwinding Clock is we only have 9 artifacts in the deck, and so we're probably not even gonna like hit these every time. We even have like, again, dog. Again. Because like we do this. Okay, we do this. We do this. We can't play our commander, which kind of sucks, but we're going to begin doing the thing. I discard that guy. Tap land, surveil 1. Now I'm going to wait. I entomb, best thing in my deck, I animate dead. This is my problem with the deck right here, is it's very, very potent. You can do some very, very good stuff. At no point have I ever wanted to spend my mana on Sephiroth. At no point have I wanted to spend my mana on cycling. At every point, I have wanted to use your tutor and reanimation package to just grab the evil fucked up thing. If we want the deck to care about Sephiroth, I would cut like damn near every single one of these. I would keep Bringer of the Last Gift, and that's about it. And I might drop Intuition or Gifts Ungiven as one of my game changers. Not because it's bad, but because it does not elevate Sephiroth. These are the cards that keep Sephiroth as like, she's almost a plan B, where I have to misplay on purpose to make Sephiroth look cool, which has never felt good for me historically. So if we want the deck to feel like a Sephiroth deck, you keep Bringer of the Last Gift, and I would like just junk every other reanimation card, and you can do like Unwinding Clock. You could have Rettomb Mystic to cycle everything. You could have more looters. You could play like even basic shit like Currency Converter, and then you have a deck that's very like, ooh, get a card, discard a card, discard a card, get a card. And you can probably shove in more really dog shit cycling cards. Because I think the best situation this deck can be in is you have an expensive thing in your graveyard, like you have a good card in your graveyard, and people are watching you get closer and closer to it by cycling away the worst fucking cards they've ever seen. So the worse the cycling card can get, the better. And then the bit we need to take out of the machine to make it feel correct is we need to stop being able to tutor a reanimation method that doesn't require Sephiroth. These 7 cards against humanity, the only one I don't like is Navinriel. The rest are perfect. Hybrid strategy, I think these are mostly acceptable. So one of the issues I've had is people will wait for me to complete a dungeon and kill Sephiroth. That to me sounds like we could replace the reanimation package with a protection package. You're in white, so you can do, I know Elk has talked to me about this 4-card package a lot, which is Mother of Runes, Giver of Runes, Skrelv, and then Starfield Shepherd. And then basically every game you can find, yeah, mom, giver, weird dog, and then an angel. I like the idea of continuously reanimating Navinriel. Hey, yeah, listen, honestly, for these 7, you go crazy. This section by section, correct. The only thing I don't like is the Reanimator package because it's better than Sephiroth. So if you turn that into protection, Unwinding Clock, and like 1 or 2 more looters, that is what I think makes the deck more Sephiroth-y. I don't think it makes it better. I think it makes it weaker, but I think it makes it more like what you have communicated that you desire the deck to be about. I think we power crept ourselves. Deck's great though. Like, as far as a bracket 3 gen pop deck, hell yeah, eminently playable, disgusting fucking reanimator package. Many of these are some of my favorite reanimator targets as well. And I think the cycling plan is really funny. I just wish it had more room to breathe.